Greetings, everybody. Paul here with the Spirits channel. I am in another one of the local cemeteries. The snow has melted off. The cemeteries are starting to open up after the winter. So it's good to have a place to go and do a session. And today, I'm going to do a session asking the spirits about the Fae, F-A-E. If you don't know what that is, basically it's the fairy folk of old. And fairies weren't tinkerbell back in the day. That's something that became a part of our fairy tales. The fairy folk didn't, or the fae didn't like human beings very much. And they would kidnap them. They would play tricks on them to scare them. There's a whole plethora of things they could do, including, I believe, shape-shifting, which some say could be some of the cryptids. And my brother and I were talking because of the phenomenon that's in our parents' house that I did some sessions in last summer and fall. And we were going through the different legends and saying, this doesn't seem like it's just a spirit or a ghost. This seems like it's something like a djinn or even what they would call the fae or the fairy folk, that's not very friendly toward humans and tries to scare them with noises and strange phenomenon, even invoking nightmares. And my brother and I had a lot of nightmares in that house when we were kids. We had nightmares just about every night. And it was really weird. So I'm up here in the cemetery and I don't know if I'm gonna engage directly with the Fae. I feel that would maybe not be safe because they're not exactly disembodied spirits of humans or something else. They're a little beyond anything that I think I would want to mess with, one-on-one, in a session. If something like that followed you, you'd have some problems getting rid of it. So I'm going to speak to spirit about the Fae rather than the Fae themselves. So again, I'm going to use the necrophonic played through this Bluetooth speaker, and we're going to see if we can get some good responses today. So let me start out by saying, are there any spirits in this cemetery this evening that could speak to me about the Fae? Could you tell me, please, if there are any spirits in this cemetery that have seen what we call the Fae or the fairy folk? Have you ever seen such entities in spirit? So the graveyard manager came by to ask what I was up to. Let me restate that question again. Is there anyone in spirit here that ever seen the Fae or an entity such as that in this cemetery? Has anyone ever seen the Fae or the fairy folk here near the trees? No. If you've ever seen such an entity as the fairy folk or fae, could you tell me what they look like? Could you tell me of such entities as the fae, if you have seen them? It's said that they don't really like humans very much. How do they react to human spirits who are earthbound? Are they friendly toward you, or are they angry? May I ask, if I were to see a fae personally up close in front of me, would I find it to be beautiful, or would I be frightened by its appearance, the way it really looks, not a shape it was taking on to look like something else? Would it be frightening or beautiful? Are there any fae in the cemetery right now that are watching me because I'm asking about them? And if there are any fae here, are they disturbed or angered at my presence? I'm going to ask the spirits who might be speaking to me right now to ask the fae if they have a message you would want you to relate to me. I do not wish to speak to the Fae directly, but if they want to tell the spirits in the cemetery something to tell me, I'm willing to hear that message. So, dear spirits, could you ask the Fae if they have a message from them that you can convey to me and tell me what they want to say? And my last question, could the spirits ask the Fae if they know if it's one of their kind that inhabits my parents' house and that neighborhood, causing so much of the mischief and paranormal activity? Could you ask them that for me and answer, please, through this device?
And just
All right, that is my final question for this evening. I want to thank all spirits who may have spoken to me through this app this evening. If you left any words or messages, I greatly appreciate it, and thank you very much. I also thank all of you for watching from home. I appreciate you tuning into my videos. And now I'm going to go back and review this footage and see if, in fact, anyone came through and what they said. So thank you again, Spirit. Thank all of you for watching on YouTube, and I will see you in the next session.